If you've ever been standing in a grocery store aisle, sitting on your living room floor, or strapped into the front seat of your car while a child is screaming, crying, or completely melting down, and you've thought, "Nothing I say is working," I need you to know this right away. You are not alone. Tantrums are one of the most exhausting and emotionally draining parts of parenting. They can feel embarrassing in public, overwhelming at home, and sometimes deeply personal. But here is the most important thing to understand from the very beginning. Tantrums are not bad behavior. They are signs of an overwhelmed brain. Today, we're going to talk about 5 brain-friendly ways to handle tantrums. These are strategies that work with a child's developing brain instead of against it. They don't just aim to stop the meltdown in the moment. They help children slowly build emotional regulation, resilience, and self-control over time. And before we talk about what to do, we need to understand what is actually happening inside the brain during a tantrum. When a child has a tantrum, the emotional part of the brain, often called the limbic system, takes over. Stress hormones flood the body. The heart rate increases, breathing becomes shallow. At the same time, the thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, goes offline. This is the part of the brain responsible for logic, reasoning, impulse control, and learning from consequences. When it's offline, the child cannot reason, cannot just calm down, and cannot absorb a lesson. This is why lecturing, threatening, or punishing during a tantrum almost never works. You're trying to communicate with a part of the brain that simply isn't available. In those moments, regulation has to come before education. The nervous system must settle before the brain can learn anything at all. The first brain-friendly strategy is regulating before you educate. This is the foundation of everything that follows. When a child is dysregulated, your primary job is not to fix the behavior. It is to help the nervous system calm down. And that process starts with you. Children's brains are wired for co-regulation. They borrow calm from the adults around them. If you are tense, rushed, angry, or panicked, their brain senses it immediately. Instead, take a slow breath, drop your shoulders, soften your face, speak more quietly than usual, slow your movements. You don't need to say much. Your calm body sends a powerful message of safety to your child's nervous system. Remember this, a calm adult is the most effective regulation tool a child has. The second strategy is naming the feeling. Once you are grounded, the next step is helping the child feel understood. Naming emotions helps reconnect the emotional brain with the thinking brain. It creates a bridge between the storm and logic. Simple phrases work best. You're really frustrated. You're sad because it didn't go the way you wanted. That felt unfair. You are not agreeing with the behavior. You are acknowledging the feeling underneath it. When children feel seen and understood, their brain no longer has to escalate the tantrum to be heard. This is why validation often shortens tantrums rather than intensifying them. Feeling understood is regulating. Before we go any further, if this is already helping you see tantrums differently, take a moment to like this video and leave a comment telling me how old your child is. And if you want deeper tools, practical scripts, and early access to upcoming content, this channel also has a membership with 2 levels that unlock exclusive and preview materials for parents who want to go beyond surface advice. Make sure you're subscribed to the Parenting Blueprint so you don't miss what's coming next. Because tantrums aren't signs of failure. They're signs of a nervous system asking for help. And there are better ways to answer that call. The third brain-friendly way to handle tantrums is offering physical calm. The brain and body are deeply connected, and during a tantrum, the body is often flooded with stress hormones and excess energy. Trying to reason at this point rarely helps, because the body needs to settle before the brain can follow. Physical regulation is often far more effective than words. For some children, this looks like a hug or gentle touch, but only if it is welcomed. For others, it might mean sitting close by, rocking slowly, swaying, or breathing together. Some children respond well to holding a soft object, a blanket, or something familiar that signals safety. You might say quietly, "I'm right here," or "You're safe. We'll get through this together." These simple signals tell the nervous system that the danger has passed. It's important to remember that offering physical calm is not about forcing contact. If a child pulls away, respect that boundary while staying emotionally present. Sitting nearby, keeping your body relaxed, and remaining available still provides regulation. Your presence alone communicates safety, even without touch. The fourth strategy is limiting words and increasing presence. One of the most common mistakes adults make during tantrums is talking too much. We explain, negotiate, justify, and repeat ourselves, hoping something will finally get through. But when the brain is overwhelmed, extra words feel like noise. Even calm explanations can increase stress because the brain cannot process them. Instead, aim to use fewer words and more presence. Short, steady phrases work best. "I hear you." "I'm here." "We'll talk later." Repeating the same calm phrase can be grounding, while changing your message often adds confusion. Silence, when paired with a regulated adult, is not abandonment. It is containment. Your steady presence acts like an anchor for your child's nervous system. You are showing them that even big emotions don't break connection. This is a powerful lesson that supports long-term emotional security. The fifth and final strategy is teaching after the tantrum, not during it. This is where real learning happens. Once the child is calm, the thinking brain comes back online. This is the moment to guide, reflect, and build skills. Not in the heat of the meltdown, but later, when everyone is regulated. You might say, "Earlier, you were really upset when it was time to stop playing." Then invite problem solving. What could we try next time when that feeling shows up? You can practice using words instead of yelling, asking for help, taking deep breaths, or choosing a calming strategy. The goal is not punishment. The goal is skill building. Every tantrum is an opportunity to strengthen emotional regulation, problem solving, and resilience. Not by controlling the child, but by coaching the brain. Over time, children learn that emotions are manageable, that support is available, and that there are better ways to express big feelings. It's also important to normalize tantrums for yourself. Tantrums are not signs of bad parenting or bad behavior. They are signs of development. A child's brain is under construction, and emotional regulation takes years to mature. Even adults struggle with big emotions sometimes. Expecting a child to master this quickly is unrealistic. You will not handle every tantrum perfectly, and you don't need to. Repair matters more than perfection. If you lose patience, raise your voice, or feel overwhelmed, you can always come back and say, "I'm sorry I got upset. Let's try again." That repair teaches accountability, safety, and trust. When you respond to tantrums with calm, connection, and consistency, you are literally shaping the brain. You are strengthening the neural pathways that support self-control, emotional awareness, and resilience. These changes don't happen overnight, but they do happen over time. Tantrums don't mean your child is difficult. They mean your child is learning. And every time you meet that learning with understanding instead of punishment, you help build a nervous system that can handle life's challenges more effectively. We're now ready to bring everything together and talk about how these strategies change behavior long-term, not just in the moment. What makes these brain-friendly tantrum strategies so effective is not that they are quick fixes. It's that they work with how the brain actually develops. The goal is not to eliminate tantrums entirely. The goal is to change what tantrums teach the brain over time. When tantrums are met with fear, punishment, or shame, the brain learns that emotions are dangerous and connection is fragile. When tantrums are met with calm, presence, and guidance, the brain learns that emotions are manageable and support is available. Every time you regulate before you educate, you are strengthening your child's nervous system. Every time you name a feeling, you are helping your child build emotional vocabulary and awareness. Every time you offer physical calm, you are teaching the body how to settle after stress. Every time you limit words and stay present, you are showing that connection doesn't disappear during hard moments. And every time you teach after the tantrum, you are turning emotional chaos into learning. This is how emotional regulation is built. Not through control, not through fear, but through repetition and safety. Over time, something powerful begins to happen. Tantrums become shorter. Recovery becomes faster. Children begin to recognize their feelings earlier. They start to reach for words instead of collapsing into overwhelm. These changes are subtle at first, but they compound. And one day you realize that your child can tolerate disappointment, transition more smoothly, and express emotions with less intensity than before. This doesn't mean your child will never have another meltdown. Emotional regulation is a lifelong skill, not a childhood milestone. Even adults lose regulation under stress. What you are giving your child is not perfection. You are giving them a roadmap. It's also important to release the pressure to handle tantrums correctly every time. Parenting is not a performance, it's a relationship. There will be days when you are tired, triggered, or overwhelmed. Those moments do not undo the work you've done. What matters most is repair, coming back together, reconnecting, saying, "That was hard for both of us." Repair teaches children that relationships can bend without breaking. One of the biggest shifts for parents is realizing that tantrums are not emergencies. They feel urgent because they are loud and emotional, but they are not dangerous. When you stop treating tantrums like crises, your nervous system stays calmer. And when your nervous system stays calmer, your child's follows. This is co-regulation in action. You are not spoiling your child by responding with empathy. You are not reinforcing bad behavior by naming feelings. You are not being permissive by staying calm. You are teaching the brain how to regulate itself over time. That is discipline in its most effective form. And here is the most reassuring truth. Tantrums are signs of growth. They show that your child is pushing against limits, experiencing strong emotions, and learning how to exist in a complex world. These are necessary steps in development. Your role is not to stop the process. Your role is to guide it safely. If this video helped you feel more confident or less alone in handling tantrums, take a moment to like this video, leave a comment sharing which strategy you want to try next time, and subscribe to the Parenting Blueprint for more brain-based tools that support both you and your child. Because your child isn't being difficult, their nervous system is learning, and so are you.